Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Laila Bikumiling from Bais 2A, and this is my report entitled Chapter 14, Rizal in America, 1888. So, before we proceed, let us know what was the impression of Dr. Rizal in America.
According to Dr. Rizal, I visit the great cities of America with their gorgeous edifices, their electric lights, and their great conceptions. America is undoubtedly a great country, but she has many defects. So, ayun nga kay Dr. Rizal, bumisita sa Amerika kasama ang kanilang mga engranding edipisyo, ang kanilang mga ilaw na dekuryente at ang kanilang magagandang konsepto. Ang Amerika ay walang alinlangan na isang maganda at mahusay na bansa. Ngunit ito ay may mga depekto o hindi makatarungang prinsipyo tulad na lang ng pagmamaliit nila sa ibang bansa. April 28, 1888, Rizal first saw America.
Rizal saw discriminatory treatment of the Chinese and the Negros by the white Americans. Nakita ni Dr. Rizal ang pag-discriminate ng mga puting Amerikano sa mga Inchik at Negro. He kept notes of his observations during the trip from San Francisco to New York. Some were rather unfavorable but true. Dr. Rizal was caring for his observations on the trip from San Francisco to New York. Arrival in San Francisco, Belgium. This steamer docked at San Francisco on April 28, 1888, Saturday in the morning. Ito yung pagdating ng bapor na sinasakyan ni na Dr. Rizal sa San Francisco noong April 28, 1888, Saturday in the morning. American health authorities placed the ship under quarantine. That is came from the Far East where a cholera epidemic was alleged to be raging. Ang American health authorities ay nagpatupad ng quarantine. That is came from the Far East. Far East refer to the geographical regions. The countries that belong to these are namely China, Japan, North and South Korea, Mongolia, and Taiwan. It is because of cholera epidemics kaya nagpatupad ng quarantine ang American health authorities. The cholera is a bacterial disease usually spread through contaminated water. Nang dahil din dito sa cholera epidemic ay nagpatupad din ang American health authorities na walang lahat ng mga pasahero ay hindi pinapayagang maglayag. The American consul in Japan had given the ship a clean bill of health. The British governor of Hong Kong certified the absence of cholera case in China. Ang British governor ng Hong Kong ay sumang-ayon na walang kaso ng cholera sa bansang China. Rizal soon discovered that it was motivated by politics and the ship was carrying 646 Chinese police. Rizal in San Francisco, May 4, 1888. The day he was permitted to go ashore and registered at the Palace Hotel, which was then considered a first-class hotel in the city. Ito yung araw na pinahintulutan si Dr. Rizal na pumasok sa Palace Hotel na noon ay itinuturing na isang first-class hotel in the city. May 4 to 6, 1888, Rizal stayed in San Francisco. Across the American continent, May 6, 1888, it was Sunday, 4:30 p.m. Rizal left San Francisco for Oakland, 9 miles across San Francisco Bay by ferry boat. May 7, 1888, it was morning. Rizal walk and had a good breakfast at Reno, Nevada, now glamorized by American high-pressure propagandists as the biggest little city in the world. From May 7 to May 13, Rizal wrote in his diary the beautiful memories from Nevada, Chicago until he reached Albany. Rizal in New York. From May 13, 1888, it was Sunday morning when Rizal reached New York. He stayed 3 days in this city, which he called the Big Town. He left the United States for Liverpool, London on board the City of Rome, the second largest ship in the world and Greatest Eastern largest ship in the world during his time. City of Rome is the second largest ship in the world and the Great Eastern is the largest ship in the world. Results had impression of America. Result impression on America. Material progress of the country as shown in its cities, farms and industries, the drive and energy of Americans, the natural beauty of the land, the high standard of living, the opportunities of better life offered to poor immigrants. One of the good impression of Dr. Rizal in America ay ang material na pag-unlad ng bansa tulad ng industriya nito. Pangalawa ay ang likas na kagandahan ng lupain at ang mataas na antas ng pamumuhay nito. The second impression of Dr. Rizal in America, the bad impression. Number 1 is the lack of racial equality, non-existence of true civil liberty, as Negro cannot marry an American and vice versa, the existence of racial prejudice as shown in their hatred of the Chinese, Japanese, and Negros, the valuing of money over human life, lack of racial equality. Isa sa mga naging bad impression na nakita ni Dr. Rizal sa Amerika ay ang hindi pagkakaroon ng tunay na kalayaang sibil dahil hindi maaaring magpakasal ang Negro sa isang Amerikano. 1819. 2 years after Rizal's visit to the United States, Jose Alejandro, who was then studying engineering in Belgium, roomed with him on 38th Rue Felipe Champagne, Brussels. Rizal's impression of America is the land for excellence of freedom but only for the whites. Ang naging impression ni Dr. Rizal sa Amerika ay ang lupain na for excellence ng kalayaan, ngunit para lamang sa mga pulis. Ibig sabihin, ang mga Amerikano ay minamaliit lamang nila ang mga ibang bansa, katulad na lamang ng bansang China.